Hi, I'm Atul Kochhar, and this is the Great British Chef's Signature Series. Key to Indian cooking is understand the cooking of onions really well, and hence the say, if you want to cook Indian food, know your onions well. You've got to know your onions. A lot of people have been writing to me asking, what does Masalchi mean? So Masalchi was an important person in the kitchen. He was the one who had the profound knowledge of pounding the spices, mixing and blending. He was never celebrated, so I felt pity for it. Hence I called it Masalchi. Pepper chicken, one way or other, has always been part of my food. I've always made my menu around it, so it's one of my favorite dishes. My name is Atul Kochhar. I'm chef patron of Masalchi restaurant, which is in Wembley Park, just next to Wembley Stadium and also next to Wembley Arena. I'm going to cook one of the recipes from my menu here, which is called chicken pepper fry. It's one of my favorite recipes from Kerala, inspired from street food of India. So these are a lot of beautiful nostalgic memories. And these flavors are still fresh in my mind. And I've been cooking this for many years, and I'm very proud of this recipe. So we start with oil. We got cloves, cinnamon, 2 or 3 green cardamom, and then about 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds go in. Shallots. Temperature of the oil is extremely important because if you add the spices in the cold oil, the flavor of the spices will not be released. If it's too hot, the spices will get burnt before they have chance to release the flavor. I think the reason why South India would use more shallots than onions, they used to grow a lot of shallots traditionally, and onions were kind of introduced later in the culinary history. And the flavor of shallot is a lot more pungent. It's smaller onion in a way. Onions kind of become a little loose, and that flavor is not quite nicely cusping it around the dishes which we want. So curry leaves go in. Now a lot of people make a big mistake while cooking with curry leaves. They would throw curry leaves straight in the oil. Great thing, but they release the oil very quickly and get burnt. So great trick as a cook is to add the onions or shallots first, then add the curry leaves, because onions will give that moisture, and also the gentle release of the flavor of curry leaves is more prominent then. I would like to add a little bit of salt now, just to allow the onions to release the flavor or the moisture more quickly. So long ago, Indians used to be vegetarians, and we didn't have bones, meat or blood to make our sauces. So we relied on onions and shallots. But now that we have also become modern, we use stocks and bones and everything. So, but I still like to stick to my traditional roots, and I like cooking onions to the right consistency and the right stage, so that I can get that authentic flavor which I'm after. Okay, this stage is good. So this is lightly beyond translucent, getting into the light brown color. I'll go with ginger garlic paste, and always I'll appreciate people making their own ginger garlic paste. As you saute it, as you cook through, that beautiful caramelized flavor starts coming through. Yeah, beautiful. So at that stage I can add the tomatoes. So it's done on a very high heat. It's pretty much like wok cooking. Our sauce is coming through. Now is the time to add the spices. So let's add coriander powder. I love coriander powder, so 2.5 spoons. Turmeric powder, about 3/4 of a teaspoon. Red chili powder, I would say half a teaspoon. Freshly crushed black pepper. Add a little bit of water to it. And at this stage, what I'm trying to do is, there's a lot of caramelized flavors at the bottom of the pan, and I want them all scraped off and going into, not the burnt one, just caramelized one, going back in the sauce. Now we got the chicken here. You could easily use any meat. You could use prawn, you could use fish, you could use beef, you could use pork, but chicken is the most neutral and the gentle protein to me. And for vegetarians, I would say paneer, tofu, or any root vegetable, something like mogo. Added a little bit of salt, about 3/4 of a teaspoon. I have a huge problem in my house. I get told off for not adding enough salt, whereas professionally I like to hold back on the salt. So at this stage I will leave it to cook gently, and will take about 7 to 10 minutes for us. Okay, so we are almost ready. So a few things to do. Lemon. Always finish a curry with lemon. It balances the flavor and the level of salt. And some chopped coriander. So let's serve this. So whenever I eat this fish till date, it transports me back to Kerala. And nothing I want more with this other than a good Malabari paratha, which is fantastic, great combination. So you garnish it with more black pepper on top. These people in Kerala can eat some black pepper, I have to say that. And they have the best black pepper in the world. Maybe I'm partial, but you know what? That's amazing. So here we go. This is my black pepper chicken.